again, this is considered to be the most important thing that say someone in kabuki or classical Japanese dance would have. So long as you have this, you don't really need anything else really. So the fan itself, we taught you the basic positions of this thing in the kabuki class. So again, the important thing is I have no idea whether you're going to be working with actual fans or not.
We will. We will have a short little segment with 3 fans involved in it. Yes.
And they're this type of fan. Definitely, they're not.
Yes, because I was trying to get. I was trying to find some online the other day, and what I was finding was some thinner paper. So I kind of wanted to.
Okay. So again, just the basic taking care of how you open the fans and everything. You don't want to break them. So it's that idea of what I taught you folks in the class, which is you got to think of the top and the bottom of this thing opening at the same time. So when I'm holding the fan, a basic position for the fan is going to be here. You can see that this finger is covering the rivet here, and this is the basic position that I'm holding the fan in. So very formal position is going to be here. Another formal type of position would be having it here, but this is usually prior to opening it. Now to open the fan, basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm holding the fan with the thumb and these 2 fingers on the bottom layer. This thumb is helping me sort of lift the top and pushing it forward. Once you get one layer open, then the rest of the fan will follow suit. And again, the whole idea is that the center of the fan basically should be staying still. As you push the top layer away, you're pulling on the bottom layer so that the fan is opening in that fashion. And therefore, the center should be still, and you'll end up with the fan in this position against your arm, right? If the fan is this way, or it's this way, then something's wrong.
Okay.
You haven't been opening it right, because it should end up here, in this right against the arm there. Then from here, you've got the basic grip. It's that closed, it's sitting in the palm of my hand, and the fingers are arranged around this way. The thumb and the index finger are sort of helping to control the fan. Once you have it here, again, basic positions of the fan, everything will come from these very basic positions. This is, as I said, sort of that closed hand position. The other position is to get it flat in the hand this way. And all that happened there was from here, I'm just opening the hand up. Again, the bottom of the fan is sitting well into the palm of the hand, right? You've got to have it deep in the palm. Notice I've got the fingers closed. This means that if I hold the fan up this way, the fan is going to be absolutely perpendicular. Okay, again, unless for some reason you're wanting it to be tilting to the side, basically, if you hold the fan up this way, you want it to be sort of a perpendicular this way. So that's that grip. Another grip that people will use would be what we call a pinch grip. And by the pinch grip, all that's happening here is that the thumb is on one side, the ring finger is on the other side there, pinching the fan. This allows you to put the fan up in a perpendicular way this way. All right? So this can be used for various things, which I'll get into. And so those are really the real basic positions for the fan. Now from those positions, you've got all sorts of things that can be done. With the fan basically in this pinch grip, if I hold it in front of my face this way, it can be used to symbolize somebody looking through something. In other words, I'm looking through that. It could be somebody's peeping out from something this way. This could be symbolic of somebody lifting a blind and looking through. Okay. Can be a door or a gate which somebody's opening to pass through. All right. So you've got those kind of things going on. What else here? In a pinch grip, this is a very common motion which is used to symbolize a number of things, but it's sort of that dipping down. So basically, if I'm in a grand scheme of things, supposedly pouring a cup of wine for somebody, I might do this movement to symbolize me dipping into the wine keg or the wine cask, and then pouring it into somebody's cup or something by moving the fan that way. Again, this sort of dipping motion is used in all sorts of things. All right. Let's see. The open hand grip, you've got. This starts getting. It's what we started learning in the dance thing. This sort of movement here, where I'm moving it back and forth. This oftentimes is symbolic of say, a breeze that's blowing. It's usually a gentle wind sort of thing, as opposed to somebody going, boom, boom, where it's turning into more of a storm of some kind. So again, on the degree of this thing, this can be a gentle breeze, whereas this is going to be somebody, with a big storm blowing or something like that. Obviously, along with the dipping to get something out of something, this can also become a cup that someone's drinking from, that sort of thing. If we're talking about getting into various other things, I mean, if I'm going to be imitating somebody, say, pouring wine from a bottle or a sake,
cup, yeah.
Anyway, the little bottles that they would warm up the sake in, then this becomes that thing, and so then sort of pouring it out that way. Okay, so that can be used for symbolic of pouring something out of a bottle. This can also be used to be sort of somebody elegantly sipping from one of those small round cups. To be used that way. Okay, what other things? Obviously, this is oftentimes used to symbolize petals that are falling from a tree or something like that. Can also be used to symbolize water falling. Say you talk about a waterfall that's doing something like that. It's a bigger swath when you're doing that. Okay. Obviously, it can be used to symbolize various types of weapons. If I pull it out from my side this way, then it becomes a sword. So I'm grabbing it like you would a sword. If I'm trying to show a spear, then I'm going to use this sort of an action where this bottom part of the fan is sort of the bottom of the pole that the spear is attached to, sort of thing. So your fingertip then becomes the point of the weapon, sort of thing. This can be used to symbolize a bow and arrow, where I'm going to do something like that and release the arrow that way. All right, so from the side it would be, because Japanese bows are usually drawn this way, they will lift the bow up this way, pull the string back this way as it comes down, and then you release the arrow. This can become the arrow. There are certain dances that are performed where someone's describing a battle scene that's going on, so you'll see them doing this, boom, they'll turn around, the thing now becomes the arrow, hitting somebody. So it can be used that way. can be used to represent a horse. We used it this way in the dance, where this actually becomes the head of the horse, that you're leading the horse somewhere, pulling the horse somewhere. It can also be used actually in this kind of a stance where this then now becomes the person astride the horse. And so I'm sort of on top of my horse, trying to look against the sun to see where the enemy troops are, sort of thing. If you use it this way, it can be representative of waves. Also, wave-like is this sort of motion. And actually, this could be used to represent a dragon as well.
Yes.
Okay. So it's the sinuous movement of the dragon through the air. There are just some movements that really are hard to describe as anything. I mean, this sort of pattern is very much used oftentimes when it's symbolic of maybe bursts of light coming from something, or just sort of a feeling of elation. Let's see. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Flowers that are blooming or something like that. Let's see, what other things?